Well, I just want to ask Abraham, perhaps, about my personal state where I'm at right now. I just recently got engaged to be married on the ship, and I just met him 1 month ago, and I have a ring on my finger, and it feels right. I'm 42 years old. He's my age. I'm so happy of my age. Okay, so there's a lot of negativity coming from my parents, from my sister, who I'm very close to. And
fortunately, they have no part in this. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what's in your vibrational escrow. They have no idea of what you've been living. They don't know all of the rockets of desire that you've launched over there. They don't know the rockets of desires that have congealed in vibrational escrow. They don't know how law of attraction has brought the two of you together. They don't know.
But I know.
Do you ever?
That's what I want to ask. I guess because it's moving very fast, and I feel he lives all over in Holland, and I'm from Indiana.
You are from all over.
I am from all over, yes. But I guess what I really want to know, it's happening so fast. Can it be very good and just happen so fast and
No,
effortless?
it's much better if it's drudgery, trauma.
Okay,
you see what happens? In the same way, sarcasm doesn't become anyone, does it? In the same way that the environment, the free-flowing environment is conducive to you helping people find alignment. It's been conducive to you finding alignment. Your work is conducive to you finding alignment. And so for a long time you've been launching these rockets of desires, as has he, and they've been percolating over there in vibrational escrow. And the amount of time that it takes you, in other words, when you are in a sudden releasing of resistance, then you will suddenly find what you've been looking for a very long time. So say to anybody that is saying to you, this is much too sudden, say, it doesn't feel all that sudden. I've been looking for this one all of my life. If they say, well, how do you know he's the right one? Say to them, how do you know he isn't? As they say, well, by what criteria are you using? You say, none of the criteria that you are using, because your criteria is screwy. Say to them, I'm using the same criteria that I use for everything in my life. I'm an intuitive energy being, and I could not be wrong about something that feels this right. And in time, they will be bored of the topic. And years from now, you can smugly say, I told you so. But meanwhile, just enjoy the ride.
And thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
I would like to extend a free treatment to Esther and Jerry. Up in the spa.
We are pricking them from the inside out.
Thank you.
So you see, the work is not the difficult thing you have been thinking that it is. It isn't about figuring it out all at once. And it isn't about solving the problems of the world, or even about solving your own problems. It's about recognizing that the solutions are already there. It's about recognizing that the answers to your questions are already there. It's about recognizing that your fortunes have already amassed and your lovers are already queued up for you. It's about recognizing that vibration has preceded you, because when you ask, it is given. And now your work is to allow what has been given in. You cannot get it wrong. You've heard us say that a few times here. And something that we've been feeling from you, it's really an interesting thing. So many of you come to this paradise in the quest to relax and lay back, and then you become the most intense people on the planet. You are so determined to find your freedom that you fight for it in ways you don't need to fight for it. In every bit of fight or struggle or quest, you're pointed upstream. In every bit of relaxing and allowing and breathing and trusting, you are downstream. When you hope, you're more downstream than when you doubt. When you appreciate, you are more downstream than when you criticize. When you laugh, you are always more downstream than when you cry. When you look into your past, you are usually more upstream than downstream. When you look into your future, you are usually more downstream than upstream. When you look into your now, where all of your power is, you have the choice. But the choice isn't a great thought as opposed to a bad feeling thought. The choice is only a slightly better or a slightly worse feeling thought. And that's what you want to tune yourself to. You want to tune yourself to, is this an improved thought or not? Esther is driving down the highway in the monster bus with the car in tow, wailing at speeds we cannot tell you. We really can't tell you. The speedometer doesn't go that far sometimes. And Jerry is in the back, clinging to life, doing some project, working on something. And Esther will think of something that she wants to tell him, but he can't hear her. She was honking the horn, but it was scaring drivers off into the bushes. So she found a button that she can push, that when she pushes it, it turns all the lights on. And when she pushes it again, it turns all the lights off. So he sees the lights go on and off, and he realizes Esther has something to say. So he puts away whatever he's doing and makes his way all the way to the front of the bus and says, yes, you have something you want to say? And Esther sometimes says, oh, never mind. It was an upstream thought. And we say, isn't it nice that he was all the way in the back of the bus? Because if he'd been sitting right there next to her, she just would have blurted it out. And then he would have either agreed, which would have made it more upstream, or disagreed, which would have made it more upstream for Esther. In other words, when you've got an upstream thought and you start talking about it, it always becomes more upstream. But the fact that it took him a while to get there gave her an opportunity to realize that it was upstream and to begin making another decision. And that's what we wish for you. We wish for you to realize that you have an option of feeling a little worse or feeling a little better, and that's all that the art of allowing is. And as you make the decision to feel better as much as you can, before you know it, all that stuff that's been lined up outside your door, all that stuff that's floating free in the river, all that stuff that the universe has orchestrated on your behalf begins to flow into your experience. You rendezvous with the answers to your questions. You rendezvous with the solutions to your problems. You rendezvous with your lovers and your fortunes and your wonderful times of life. You rendezvous with what you deserve and have deserved all along. And we take such delight in watching the rendezvous. But do you know, we're taking delight already in what you've amassed. And if you have to croak before you catch up, that's fine with us. But this gathering is about showing you how to catch up now, if it is your desire. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. There is great love here for you. We are complete. Yes. 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 Fabulous. Yeah. Yes. Music maestro.
Enjoyed being with you guys. It's been great. Aloha.
If you